Welcome to Daytona in the Ford Mustang. It has been a minute since we've done a NASCAR race, so let's see what the crack is all about this time around. Starting off literally midway of the pack, 24 players here, 12th place to start the race. Already somebody can't drive in a straight line, and we get pinballed a little bit in the middle, trying to avoid said accident. Thankfully, we came out in one piece, gained 2 places overall. 2 cars up in front are having a little bit of an elbowing moment, not wanting to participate in such actions. We let off a little bit, give a bit of breathing space, and then we start applying the power again a little bit more, trying to get into slipstream of position 6 up in front. Ideally, kind of want to buddy up with 1 or 2 people, create the slipstream train, and that is the most optimal way of getting around this track. It's actually harder than you think to actually find somebody willing to participate with that will happily bump you along, or you bump them along. People are more happy to receive than to give. That could be said a lot better. Either way, great thing about this track here is you don't have to pit. You know, the tires, when they do fade out, really doesn't matter. Not too sure what those 2 cars are doing. One was in the fence and one hung it over to the right and literally destroyed the momentum from that car behind. But now they're challenging the overtake run. Yeah, this is what I mean. Sometimes people just see the smaller picture, wanted to overtake now rather than slipping in behind and let's bump together to try and catch that pack of cars up in front. We are lap 3 of 27. We have loads of time yet, so there's no need to battle this early on, but they have managed to claim that first place. Red man up in front. So I'll tell you what, instead of also being that way, let's bump you along, my friend, and try and work a way to catch that car up in front. I actually like the little red door thing they have just down there. This is what I mean on the right hand side. Working together with somebody, you gain so much more speed and momentum. Thing is, this red Camry that's overtaken on the right side becomes a little bit problematic in this race, so keep an eye out for flying CBR. Losing a little bit of momentum from the cars up in front, not too sure why, something weird happened, and it kind of passes the parcel now and again when we lose a bit of momentum. Eventually I do discover 5th gear, and that then gives us a little bit extra miles per hour in the slipstream. So 4th gear is best without the slipstream, 5th gear is best when you're in the slipstream, but it's a lesson to be learned. It's been a long time since we've done NASCAR, and 5th gear is just so far away that we totally forgot it exists, you know? It's just one of those things we do from time to time. Problematic thing is the car behind. 0.5 seconds away, 1.2 second penalty, you have to bear that in mind. And there's flying CBR. We have overtaken said car. I'm not too sure why they slowed down so heavily. And that becomes a bit more of a pattern in this race, where you're behind them and they randomly forget that keeping your foot on the accelerator is kind of ideal in a race and doesn't stitch up the people around you. Right now we are 0.7 seconds away from the pack of cars up in front, 0.8, so we're totally out of the slipstream. And here comes flying CBR with a slingshot run along with 1.2 second penalty. I'm not even going to attempt to try that name or pronounce that name, but it is bright pink. He can't miss it. Got a little bit nervous there. Why are you slowing down, CBR? It's a straight line. What are you doing? And things like that is just so detrimental. We was in such a great position. Now we're down to P9. It's because of said antics, which is actually really frustrating because we need to keep this momentum going to be able to keep up with the Wolfpack of cars in front. That's how the 1.2 second penalty car that is pink has managed to gain so much more momentum. Just being able to bunny hop their way along and not being randomly stopped on an oval. There we go. 5th gear has been discovered. Absolutely insane. Got to 213 miles per hour there, but sadly being on the out of the oval, sorry, and not in the toe of anybody else has cost us a further position. Well, that's a ghosted car going quite slow. Thankfully, ghosting is a thing in this race because that would have hurt. That would have really hurt. Oh, dear me. Actually catching up to the pink car with the 1.2 second penalty, as well as DeWalt, which is an awesome livery. Credit where credit's due there as well. Trying to actually use the momentum from that Mustang up in front kind of sketched out by D-Whoop, a little bit twitchy there, but I think the car behind is helping us along ever so slightly, which is very thankful of you, sir. Much appreciated. How are you hitting me? Do you mind? There is plenty of space. We can be together here. Oh dear me. One of those things. Difference between... Seriously, bud. There is no need. Anyway, as I was saying, difference between controller and wheel. With a wheel, you could be obviously far more precise, and there is flying CBR. On a controller, I can understand it being far more difficult. Just imagine if they were just using keyboard. Just saying, you never know. Thankfully, we're catching up to Hamborn, who was actually dragging us along and secretly snuffed into place in front of flying CBR, which is less than ideal because we was bumping them along, and I thought, you know what, they may be friendly here and drag me with them and we can kind of push flying CBR out. That turned out to not be the case. Maybe they're buddies, I don't know, but they end up sticking into this formation for the duration of the race, and it's not ideal for us while we are struggling to overtake. Thankfully though, we're actually dropping back D-Whoop behind us with a little bit more work. They're staying well away to a certain degree. Although we are trying to make said moves, I think once we try and get past Hambone, to our left, it's going to be less than ideal, especially when we have nobody to work with as well. So we have nobody pushing us along and nobody to draft on. So we end up just being sat in this situation for a period of time. Although tires are now totally dead, it's kind of irrelevant at Daytona. We can just keep running with bold tires. I do actually work with them every now and again and poke my head out every now and again as well. So I'm not just sitting out here looking like a buffoon. We end up tucking back in every now and again, giving them a bit of a push and then coming back out again. I'm always a little bit cautious about pushing the pusher. I learned in iRacing that you shouldn't really push a pusher because the pusher in the middle gets pushed off the track and it can be really detrimental. While I have pushed somebody and kind of nearly sent them flying, I've also been flung off the track myself. So always err on the side of caution. Try and hit them in a straight line where it has minimal effect on their cornering ability. But it is the final lap now, and gonna kind of try and see if we can do a slingshot move and try and get past flying CBR. So give him a little bit of a push here, hoping to probably carry a bit more momentum round the final corner and hopefully take that place from them. Right now we're in P7, which is ideal. The car behind is also looking to make a move, but sadly they hit a wall because that push would have been absolutely useful, just saying. It would have been really helpful, and I don't think we're going to be able to get a slingshot move here. 209 miles per hour, not going to happen. But oddly enough, we finished the race in P7, right? We're actually finishing P6, so I'm not too sure where the missing person is. But before we move on to the next race at Homestead, Miami, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which are Andy Good, Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, Crazy 8, AK47, Spectral Rain, Tucker, and Itoshi. Thank you guys ever so much for supporting the channel, and if you'd like to become a channel member yourself, hit that join button down below. Starting off the race in position 4, which is absolutely ideal, I'm not going to lie. Great place to start the race. Again, almost a full lobby. Well, this race is slightly different to the previous race though. We will have to pit during the duration of this race because cornering is a factor here in Homestead, Miami. And for the start of this race, we have gone for the medium tire compound to see how well that works out. Again, it's been such a long time since I've done NASCAR. Probably the wrong choice. Doesn't matter. We have to make it work. Pinky has gone through from the previous race and absolutely sent it. We have got a car undertaken on the inside here as well. While things may look rather messy at the moment, losing places willy-nilly, everybody is kind of on a different tire compound than ourselves. There is a driver called Sick Boy up ahead who is on the soft tire compound and planning to do 3 stints of soft compound tires. There are other people here that are also doing hard one stop. So you do hard 20 laps, hards for the next 20 laps. And ourselves thought, you know what, let's do a medium and see how many laps that lasts. Not too sure what it's going to be, but we'll find out towards the mid part of the race. Interestingly enough though, we're back at the position 5 and actually hunting down that car up in front. So it'll only be a few more laps, maybe one lap, and we'll be right up behind them, able to make a move. Making a move is going to be easier said than done. On the straights, we're probably about evenly matched, but it's in the corners where this car is going to be better than them, because I think they're going to be running hard tyres. And 2 laps later, here we are right up behind them, 0.2 seconds away. Need to make sure we nail it out of this corner just about perfect, get that good run on the inside of them, and make it for that corner up ahead. There we go, up the inside, letting off the throttle ever so slightly to make it around this corner, and get the front end chopped off the car. Thankfully, we stayed on the track, which is obviously very ideal. Car behind in the rearview mirror, 0.5 seconds away. Fair lane was looking to make a move upon us, but I think they've gone into the pits now. So we have, again, peaceful overtake. It happens. It happens. And situation like that really do benefit. So we're now back up to P4. Sadly, 4.2 seconds away from the car up in front, and position 1 is 7.8 seconds away in total. Again, bear in mind, some people are running different tyre compounds, thus the time delta is kind of negligible until we get to the latter part of this race, because some people pit more often than others. These medium tyres are working rather well in our favour. Each lap is less than 30 seconds, which is really quick compared to some other cars. Sadly, by lap 13, our front right-hand tyre is already starting to show a bit of wear, and we're on minor wear. We have several more laps to go to the halfway point of this race, so that's kind of not ideal. Sick Boy is in the pits at the moment. That'll be their first set of soft tyres done with, and onto a second set of soft tyres. Catching up to lapping P9, which is kind of an odd thought, really, because we're only a third of the way through the race, and that's position 9. I think we've had a few quitters here, to be honest with you, and the car's just come out and goes to the right hand side there. Please don't block, please don't block, stay to the right, thank you sir. There we go. So yeah, we haven't really lapped that many cars, and being lapping position 9 doesn't really bode well for how many remaining players are in this race. I mean, we're doing really well. We're in P2, and yeah, oddly enough, P3 is 8.5 seconds away, and position 1 obviously a long way ahead. But the drop off of these tyres is absolutely insane. So while yes, I did just lap a car, that said lapped car is now lapping me. Cornering ability in this car has swiftly gone out the window. I wouldn't say swiftly, actually. It literally ran out the window. It just jumped. The fall off is absolutely insane. It's literally like a light switch. So we're going to have to go to the pits. Lap 20, both of the right-hand tyres are absolutely dead. It's going to be really interesting to try and aim this for the pits entrance and not crash. Losing a monumental amount of speed. Come on, baby, you could turn. Power, let's go. Into the pits, out the other side. Fresh set of hard tyres this time around, so they actually do last 20 laps. And we are in P6. Car behind also in the pits with a 5-second penalty. But at least they are 10 seconds away, so they're not going to be a problem for us. While, if you have a look at the leaderboard, plenty of cars up ahead have chosen not to pit. At the moment, they're going to have to pit regardless, because they're going to be in the same position as what we were earlier, with 0 grip. I don't think pitting takes too long here, so position 1 is only going to end up being about 20 seconds ahead as they come out the pits on the other side. Unless they have a collision with a lapped car. I mean, that would be best case scenario for us, I guess, but you never know your luck. We are now being overtaken by position 1. There is Sick Boy up ahead. There we are, bud. Thank you very much. Give him space, and away they go. So I have now been lapped by position 1. So the board is so spread out. It's so unique in its way, and I think that's where the 30 seconds a lap comes in as well, because it's absolutely insane. They are 29.9 seconds ahead, and they're just right there, lapped us. That's insane. And as you come to lap 25, Sick Boy is going into the wall. I thought the reason I went into the wall was because of that car, so we'll give him a little love tap to get going, buddy. Accidents happen. Gotta work with people, make friends, you know? Yep, their tyres were gone. That's the reason they hit the wall. total tire degradation, and it only took 2 more laps from the previous one. That is the literal definition of the thought that counts right there, Flash. Well done, buddy. At least you did the right thing is all I can say. So 31 seconds away, the lapped car is now behind us, and the mathematics don't seem to add up there because we're doing less than 31 seconds a lap. So yeah, computer be computer. Position 1, 18.2 seconds ahead, has pitted as well. Sick Boy is now ahead of us again, lapping another car with 2 pit stops, 2.2 seconds ahead. Position 5 behind us is in the pits now, Rustable Wizard. We're back in P4, back to where we started. Yeah, kind of an unusual feat where this race has been going, and by the final lap, we're still in P4. 27 seconds ahead from P1, 12 seconds ahead from P2, and I don't think Sick Boy is too far away from P1. So it goes to show really that we can all have a different tyre strategy throughout the race, yet there is really not that much difference overall, and I think that also makes it quite exciting. Although our right hand front tyre is absolutely dead as a dodo, flashing away at us, saying we have no more grip, Flash, please pull into the pits and get some fresh ones, while all the other 3 are sitting there going, we've had an easy life. So yeah, Ren Sick Boy was 10 seconds away from P1, quite a few quitters, there we are, 11 people in the race in total.